The dawn of civilization. Primitive. Dangerous. Exciting. The handwriting is on the wall. If the human race is ever going to amount to anything, it needs
the most civilized.
Hey everyone, this is James from Cave Dweller Music. I'm here with my co-host Brendan, and today we are joined by the guys from Gravehuffer. This is their second time on the show, so welcome back.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, thank you.
Anytime. Always glad to have you guys on. So who do we have today?
Well, this is Richie.
This is Mike. I play bass.
This is Travis. I do vocals and tell
Awesome.
bad jokes.
Good to have you back.
Great to be back.
Thank you.
So I know you guys just came out of Devastation Fest. How was that?
Oh man,
Hey,
it was incredible. Go. What's that, Mike?
I was going to say, you should answer first, and then we'll follow you. That way there's no gap. Okay.
Yeah. It was freaking phenomenal. The Tennessee Metal Devastation. It's kind of like it's come full circle for us because we've been not necessarily associated with Metal Devastation Radio, but they were one of, if not the first internet radio station to support us. So finally for us to meet some of the DJs and stuff that have been playing our music ever since like, I don't know, 2015 or something like that. It was kind of surreal almost in a way, you know, walking up and seeing, you know, DJ Zach and his wife and DJ Rim and all these folks that have been playing our music forever. And it was pretty cool. And, I mean, there were supposed to be protesters and blah, blah, blah. And, it caused quite the satanic panic. And so, yeah, it was pretty funny, like how I think like one person showed up. And I guess he did kind of cause some shit, but the police escorted him away. But I think it was kind of later in the day. But yeah, it was. I mean, personally speaking, it's probably one of the coolest shows I've ever played, and I could probably bet that I've never played in front of that many people before. I don't know about Mike and Travis, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, that was definitely probably
That was a big crowd.
My favorite. That's definitely the biggest crowd I played in front of, but that's definitely probably one of my favorite shows too. It was
Nice. That was
a great day.
Was it all outside, right?
Yeah, it was a beautiful day, like mid 60s and sunny by a lake.
Right next to the lake, and like everybody was like, everyone was there for the same reason. So it was like
No drama
at all, man.
Yeah,
it was so cool.
The thing I liked a lot about the day was there was a lot of kids there, and as the day went on, the kids loosened up more and started like headbanging and stuff, and they just had a lot of fun, and it made me think of when I was getting into metal and everything. So.
That's awesome. How many bands were there? Was it like a pretty big lineup?
I think 13.
Yep. Yeah, I believe it was 13.
Nice. Yeah, I know you had some label mates there as well, right?
Yeah. Tommy Stewart Direwolf and Grave Next Door, and I was fortunate enough to be able to play a Hallows Eve song with Tommy and Dennis. And we did Metal Merchants off their first record.
That's awesome.
That was pretty cool, man. Everybody always gets a good kick out of that. You can tell the old school headbangers start walking up, you know. It gets them out of their seat.
Yeah. That's really funny. Yeah, I got to catch those guys live 2 Saturdays ago.
Uh-huh.
It was a lot of fun. It was cool.
That is cool.
So you said, I think you said before we started chatting, this is going to be an ongoing festival, maybe?
Yeah, that's. It seems that way. At least that's how everybody's talking so far. That let's do it again next year, and who knows who's playing, of course, but yeah, I think that's the plan. Is they're wanting to go ahead and just make this an annual event, and I'm assuming at the same place. Like I said, there's no like plan set in stone or anything, other than the idea is to do it again next year, and I'm not sure if it's still going to be one day or multiple days or how they're going to do it, but judging by what happened this last Saturday, I mean, I think they could do a 2-day thing if they wanted to, although the single day was, I mean,
Yeah,
it was pretty successful from what I could tell.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I mean, you guys got basically unlimited free marketing from all the crazies.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that now that they've seen that the town, now that they've seen it went on and none of this stuff happened, and their businesses did well that weekend because, I mean, like the hotel we were staying in, almost every room seemed like it was being stayed in by a DJ or a band.
Yeah, we've seen fucking band vans and like metalheads everywhere at the hotel.
Nice.
So it's like they're probably like, yeah, they'll probably be more receptive to it next year.
Yeah, and I guess no demons were summoned, right?
Yeah, no portals open or anything.
We told them to stay cool. It's the first year.
You gotta try harder, you know.
Yeah, you got to build up to that.
Yeah, you got to build up to that. That's a pretty high thing to build up to. I guess they, I can't remember if it was a media or whoever talked to one of the police that was going to do or help out with security. They asked about any things happening or whatever, or how it was affecting the town. And the policeman said, well, the only problems we're having right now is we didn't have enough hotel rooms for this weekend. You know, they basically ran out of hotel rooms.
That's great. I mean, that's a good problem to have.
Honestly, yeah, you know, so maybe next year, you know, who knows?
And then I know that there's another thing you want to talk about for sure while you're on here, and that is your upcoming album. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was. I got a cat trying to get me. Sorry.
No worries.
But yeah, that was something that started out as just like we were going to do a split initially, and like a 12-inch vinyl split, and our side of the split was just going to be one big long song based around Dante's Divine Comedy. And we actually had a band lined up that was going to do it with us on somebody Tommy knew, and then that fizzled out, and we just decided, fuck it, let's go ahead and just do a whole new record. And so we wrote 5 more songs. So the recording process was kind of odd because of that, but because we got 2 different drummers, and so yeah, it was pretty interesting in that regard.
It actually makes a lot of sense now that you've said that, because of the that song has a very different feel to the other tracks on the album.
Right.
And I actually wanted to ask about that final track. That's what is it? 25 minutes. That
it's
one,
like 22 plus.
22 plus.
Yeah.
What was vocal wise? What was the influence on that one there? Because I got some serious Necrophagia Killjoy vibes from that.
Oh wow!
Oh, nice,
cool.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't really, with my vocals, especially in the recording process, I don't like overthink it. I just kind of start doing it and try to get into it like on the spot. It takes me by surprise. If it takes, we just stop and start over. But I honestly don't think there's some things I practice out, like I have a definite way I want to do it. But sometimes I just kind of, because I like to, even if my part's not coming up, I like to hear a lot of the music leading up to that part, because it kind of gets me like, and I let that kind of influence how I start singing.
So you just kind of let the song take you.
Yeah. And coupled with what the lyrics are doing at that time too, that influences it.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah, because I mean, your style is super varied. Each song it feels quite different, but that particular song, that's where I got that vibe from. It's got that like kind of, I don't know how you describe it. It's like that horror, like raspy, super biting tone to it. Love it.
Cool.
Oh, thanks, man. That is a cool. I never thought Necrophagia. That's pretty wild.
Those guys are super underrated, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, yeah, they are.
They deserve a lot more love than they get.
Yeah,
because I mean, they were around from like the very start of death metal, like right from the late '80s, and no one really talks about that. The first album came out in like '88 or something.
Yeah, weren't they on that thrash metal attack comp?
Yeah, that really early one.
That's where I first heard them. Was on that thrash metal attack.
Yeah, because their first stuff was like their first album was a lot more like possessed type stuff, like really thrashy with some like death metal influences, like you said. But they got like more death metal as time went on, obviously.
Yeah. Well, a lot of our influences are definitely old school like that, so that kind of makes sense.
I mean, that's the best stuff to be inspired by. That
Yeah.
early '90s is like peak extreme metal, in my opinion.
For sure. Oh my gosh, yeah. I feel like that's definitely a big part of our sound is like that early earache records, type stuff.
Yes, good stuff. We actually have like the next person coming on our podcast on Thursday. He actually did a documentary about the origins and evolution of death metal, and
Oh, cool.
I'll have to send to you guys. You probably enjoy it because you love all that stuff. But he interviews like a ton of legends on it. He's got dudes from Obituary. There's the guys from Incantation, like tons of like heavy hitters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that sounds like it would be really cool to check out.
Yeah, it's really interesting because he talks about like he asks a lot of different like category questions. So there's segments to the documentary. So he asks like, what were you doing pioneering it? What do you think about the evolution? What do you think's going to happen? Like how important is DIY to the scene and that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's a really interesting conversation.
Nice.
But so when can we expect the new album?
Probably late spring of 23. That's my guess. It's already in. It's already in. Yeah, it's in the queue to get pressed. But yeah, dude, it's just getting vinyl pressed is just a freaking agonizing and long wait. So that's kind of the hold up because it's fucking nuts because we've been sitting on this thing for months now as it is. So
yeah, we turned it in June.
Wow.
Wasn't it June when we turned it in?
I think it was July, but yes, summer, midsummer.
And they said the wait was like 9 months to get vinyl pressed right now.
Right.
It had a baby in that.
Yeah, dude, it is. It's our baby. It's our literal human baby.
Yeah, it's like I've seen a couple of labels lately who waited that long for a vinyl and then they've received it and it's wrong or like damaged or something. I was like, oh my God, imagine waiting 9 months and then.
Or color's not right.
Yeah, color's wrong.
Oh God.
Something.
Yeah, I would be. Oh yeah, I'd be fucking livid.
But it seems to be happening more from people who are doing pressing in Eastern Europe. And, some of those cheaper factories with like the shorter wait times and stuff.
Yeah, we use Black Doomba uses it's Czech Republic place, GZ Media, I believe.
Okay.
And I'm that's what Necro was pressed on, and zero complaints there. It was fantastic.
That's great. I mean, I think most of the time they get it right. It's just like a 1 in 50 type thing that still sucks that one person.
Right.
I don't know if you guys saw, but Slipknot had that happen to them actually.
Oh Jesus!
With their new album, which was like a huge batch of vinyl, where it actually had the wrong album name printed on the.
Damn!
Oh my God!
I'd be pissed.
Well, I remember as a kid buying cassettes and it would have like the wrong tape in it.
Yep.
Did it ever happen to you? Like you buy a cassette and you get it home and it'd be like something else in there. You're like, what the hell? And they go, right. There's a big run of those, and they take it back.
Man. I remember a couple of years back, I was at a record store and they had, you guys know the band Gentle Giant?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they had a Gentle Giant album, and I think it was their second album, and it had the correct track listing, the correct name, but the front cover was completely wrong. And I asked the dude, like what's up with this? And he's like, I don't know, man. I don't know anything about that band. And I didn't buy it, and I kind of wish I had because I bet it was worth something.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes those error things are worth a lot.
Yeah.
I got an Opeth 5.1 mix of Pale Communion.
Nice.
And the bass frequencies were completely just lost. So you you listen to it on a 5.1 mix and like the sub just doesn't work It's really weird. I remember when I played it first, I was like, God, this doesn't sound very good. There's no bass. And I was like, I just don't like listening to it. I'd put the CD in. Well, about a week later, they sent out some kind of press release or something. Well, we're going to send everybody new copies of the 5.1 mix. And I got the corrected one. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, it sounds way better. There's actual bass in it, but it was very strange. I'm like, how does that even happen?
Yeah, I've never heard of that happening. That is weird.
Yeah, it was odd.
I bought I saw Body Void with Portrayal Guilt and Uniform, and I went to Body Void's merch booth, and I bought their it was the Devastating. I can't remember the whole title there, but the Pale Man was spelt wrong on the back of it, and they were like, "Yeah, we didn't sell these; we're just selling them at the shows." And I was just like, "Oh, that's sweet!" So I bought that just because it was messed up.
Yeah, yeah, it's always funny when those anomalies happen.
So it's like, yeah, Paul Man.
Like the shirts of the losing team in the Super Bowl, but it says Super Bowl champions. They
Oh yeah,
ready for whoever wins. So they got a bunch for the one that loses, and they send them overseas, I think. So
I was wondering what they did with those.
Kids in Indonesia wearing an Arizona Cardinals Super Bowl champion, shirt.
That's terrible.
So
Buffalo won 4 in a row.
Yeah.
God.
Your dynasty in Indonesia. Buffalo Bills. Yeah. Oh man.
The Bulls, they're terrible.
Yeah, the Bulls. The Bulls were losing in it every year.
speaking of overseas, I know you mentioned that you have some plans coming up in the next year or so to try and maybe do some international touring.
Yeah, we would very much like to go to. Apparently, I guess in Japan they have these really cool festivals, and they really still like crusty metal over there. So they're in, I guess, Germany. Most of Europe eats this kind of music up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we just want to get over there just at least once. I mean, seems like it should be at the top of our list to get overseas.
If you guys are trying to play places that like that music, I don't know if you know this, but Singapore and Malaysia absolutely loves crust death metal.
Nice,
yeah.
hell yeah!
Oh wow. Yeah, that makes sense because I like a lot. We get a lot of artists that will solicit artwork and, hey, do you guys need artwork for your band? And it's like from Singapore or Malaysia or Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, it's like probably once every couple of weeks, and we've even used a couple.
Pretty
of them.
good, man.
Yes.
Yeah, it's usually really cool.
Death metal is massive in Indonesia, like absolutely massive, like huge scene, especially the brutal stuff. They love slam and brutal death metal over there.
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh yeah.
I remember, I can't remember the guy's name, but one of it might be the previous president or the one before him was a metalhead and hung out with Randy Blythe when they toured.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I heard something about that. Yeah,
Someone's here to see you. The president's here to see you. What?
Exactly.
That would be pretty wild if you were like,
the bus. You'd be like, oh shit, hide your stuff, man. Like, everybody be cool.
yeah.
So what about, obviously Japan and then Europe. Whereabouts in Europe would you guys like to go?
I definitely want to hit Germany. I have family there. Austria, maybe Czechoslovakia. That'd be cool. Sweden, I got some old school friends. You know that old band Mob 47?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to try to hook up with them because they're still playing shows up there. So Sweden, we know some people in the UK, so maybe, but it's like too big of a bite of the sandwich. We can't do all that.
Right.
So But if we could hit like go over there and just do Japan, or go over there and do some Germany and like maybe some countries that are around there, and then come home, or go to the UK and come home. You know, anything.
That's the awesome thing about Europe is like all the cities are so close by. It's not like there's no huge distances to travel between places that are big enough to play at.
Right. Yeah.
When we went to Maryland, it's like we crossed like 8 countries if we were in Europe.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, it's wild, right? I drove through like New York, and it was felt like driving 8 hours in one state, and it didn't end.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what?
Yeah,
That's like going out west. Oh my God. Like our drummer lives in Colorado. And so we did a Colorado run here a few months ago, and just crossing Kansas, God sakes, forever. It's like 9 hours.
yeah.
It's just, oh my God.
Oh, it's 9 pretty boring hours too.
But once you get
Yeah.
to Colorado, man, it's beautiful.
Yeah, you make up for it when you get to Colorado. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
I love
Yeah.
Colorado. Amazing
Yeah.
state.
It really is.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I
would live there.
Yeah. I drove cross country, and we were on the way to California, but we were like, we're gonna go snowboarding at Breckenridge. We're like, let's go. Like, it's open for like one more week. We got time. So we went, and like it was just so flat and desolate forever. And then all of a sudden, it was just like, boom!
Yeah. You just run into it. Yeah.
You're just like, what the hell? Like, where?
Yeah.
Like, wow, where did that come from?
And you get
It's kind of
teased.
crazy.
You get teased because you cross the Colorado border, so you just assume, oh, good, we're to Colorado. You still got another like hour and a half of that before you start seeing mountains.
Yep. With the sassafras grass rolling around and shit.
Yeah. Deer and the animals, like,
Tumbleweeds.
I saw wild donkeys, man. I saw a donkey out in the wild.
That's awesome.
I mean, I was pretty high. I'm pretty sure it was there.
Yeah. What's up with like all like the weird like random like stone like I don't know, they're like little mini like cliff faces everywhere.
The mesas.
Yeah, those are.
Oh yeah, there's shit to climb on all over the place.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I loved it. I loved that that trip because all the towns we played in were close together, so we didn't have to do much driving long distance. We just got to hang out in the mountain and hang out and see the mountains.
The drummer, he drove us around in his van and showed us all the sights.
Yeah,
he took us down this road, dude. That I can't even believe they let people just drive down it because it went along the ridge, the top of a mountain.
Yeah, with no guardrails.
Skyline Drive.
Yeah, you're dead. If you screw up, you're dead.
Yeah, it's a single lane. It's a single lane road.
And no guardrail.
You can't see road when you look out your window to the side.
Like Travis kept leaning back going,
Yeah. I wasn't going
I kind of exaggerated that.
I was like leaning like my weight was going to save us from going over the side.
There was roads like that when we were trying to get to California, and they were closed because it was still like spring and there was so much snow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's like, what? Like, I can't drive here? Like, what do you mean? So, like, there's so much snow still that, like, the road was impassable. Like, you couldn't do it.
There's
like back in the Pioneer days, dude. Like, that's some hardcore shit crossing that in a covered wagon. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
And the car is hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get the horses out of the way. You're just going to haul ass down the field.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how they did it.
Lewis and Clark going across the country for the first time. Well, not the first time, but first time in and documenting it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That had to be crazy.
They stayed on the rivers mostly, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
They love the Missouri River. And
I always wonder that when I go places, like especially if you go to like a tropical place where it's like super thick jungle and stuff. I'm like, how did people make it through this when it was just like a machete and a horse? It's crazy.
It is. It's kind of freaky.
It's like in Pennsylvania, or up there in the Appalachians. You're like, how do they even get anything through these trees, man?
Yeah.
Right.
It's it is.
On the topic of that windy road at the cliffside, there's this road in New Zealand in the South Island by a city called Queenstown, and they filmed a lot of the Lord of the Rings locations around there.
Okay.
If you go there and you rent a car, they make you sign an agreement saying you won't drive that car on this one particular road because it's so risky, and it goes down this like canyon side, but it's literally like what you said, no side guard railing, and it's like super narrow. But if you go, there's this tour that you go on this like speedboat that goes in the super shallow rivers, like the boat basically glides across the top. It's like barely in the water. But to get there, you go on this bus, and it takes you down that road, and it's like this massive bus going down this road, and it looks like it's going to fall off the side the whole time, like it's hanging over the edge, basically. It's
Oh,
pretty scary.
I think I skipped that. I'll be like, let me see a picture of it. Okay, I did it.
You like want some anxiety and some beautiful views?
all right. Ugh.
Sometimes you gotta
Whereabouts did you guys go in Colorado, like play wise?
We did Pueblo, Colorado Springs, and Denver, and then we did Amarillo, Texas prior to that. But yeah, it was just Denver, Colorado Springs, and Pueblo are within like less than an hour of each other. So it's just boom, boom, boom right there. And so we had all kinds of time just to enjoy the sights. And we did the Garden of the Gods.
Nice.
We went around Pikes Peak and went to Cripple Creek and just all kinds of stuff. Went to the Royal Gorge, all kinds of stuff. It was really cool.
Nice. Did you try a Denver omelet?
No.
But dude, it was like misting rain. I mean, there was a breeze, but it wasn't even like a full on rain. And I was like, I asked the guy, I said, is the weather normally like this time of year? And he's like, oh man, we don't usually have storms like this. I said, dude, this is not a storm.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, it was, yeah. You haven't seen a storm, obviously.
Yeah, it's very mild around here, sir.
Yeah.
If you go in summer though, it's so dry there because of the elevation. Like I had to get like eye drops and stuff because I was there in the middle of summer. Like you just dry out.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it is pretty arid for sure.
I mean, and I live in California, so I'm used to like pretty dry, but that was like a different level.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I went to California for the first time this year, and we our guitar company, Arachnid Cabinets, brought us to NAMM, and so I'd never been to California before, so it was, I wouldn't say it was a culture shock, but it was pretty cool. Went to Anaheim,
Nice.
and yeah, it was really neat. It was a pretty cool experience just going there, and I went with my oldest son, and he had a blast, and it was kind of nice to have somebody to go with. But
Yeah.
it was pretty cool going through the Mojave Desert. It was weird, like we're driving through there, and the temperature on the car was just going up to like 108, 109. I was like, God, it must be hot out there. And then we get to like San Bernardino, and then it went down to like 80.
Yep.
My grandparents and my aunt live in San Bernardino.
It's really pretty there. There's a forest, and it's pretty mountainous, and it's
The
really
mountains
pretty.
are cool. The rock structures are super cool.
Oh yeah, and you're just driving all through that stuff too. It's beautiful. It was a really
Those,
cool
like Joshua trees and shit.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And then seeing palm trees that are like freaking 100 feet tall,
Yep.
because in Anaheim, and then the cactus. Hell, there's cactus in Colorado. I was like, wow, there's cactus here. It was just like these little ground cactus all along the sides of the roads.
That's the crazy thing about California. It's a super diverse state. Like it's for every type. Like if you just drive from the south to the north side of it, you go through like desert, forests. There's like proper like northwestern type rain, like full on rain pine forests and stuff. Like it's got everything.
Yeah, yeah. I've never seen. I've just been to SoCal. I've never been up north.
It feels like a different country, honestly. Like it feels like
That's what I've heard.
two different states. Like that, it doesn't feel like they're both in the same state.
Right. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I lived in Oregon for a while, and it's like it feels a lot more like Oregon as you get towards northern California.
Oh yeah, yeah. I bet.
But San Diego, where I live, you can go to the snow and the beach in the same day, which is pretty cool. Like it's
Yeah.
winter. Like
Oh, I bet.
it's about an hour drive east to get to snow, and then it's right on the water for the beach, which is pretty sweet. So you can go, and then if you go just past the snow, you get to full on desert. So you can see beach, snow, and desert in the same day, and driving like 3 hours.
Wow.
That's so gnarly.
Pretty cool.
It's definitely cool. Hot springs and stuff like that are really cool. The natural ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I've never
There's
seen
like-
a natural.
Be in the middle of the winter. Some people, I've seen tiled ones. Like people actually like got them like tiled up.
Oh wow.
Taming nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's cool.
So, on the music note, I want to ask you guys, what have you been listening to this past year? What are your top picks individually for what you've liked this year?
Huh.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metal wise, see, I don't listen to too many new releases this past year. I go across time periods all the time because there's
Mhm.
still old music I've never heard and stuff. But metal wise, I'm listening to a lot of Satyricon and of course always old school metal.
Mm-hmm.
I love Celtic Frost, and
Nice.
I'm a big Brutal Truth fan. I listen to a lot of Brutal Truth. But honestly,
Yeah.
at home, I don't listen to metal as much at home. I listen to metal when I'm out and about. Everything at home, I listen to like more like jazzier stuff, and also kind of ambient stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
like European pop stuff. I'm getting into Stereo Lab real big.
Nice.
I've heard some of the
Yeah.
new Goat Horror. It sounds badass.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
And some of the new Voivod sounds badass.
Oh yeah, Voivod.
That's
Voivod,
still
man.
crushing it.
They've hit a new gear, man. They just took it to another level, I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah, when Chewy joined the band, it's like, whoa, it is kind of like they gotta totally. I mean, it almost sounds like more like their older stuff, but with an extra little something, you know.
There's a couple of those old bands that are still like doing pretty solid. Like the new Blind Guardian was actually like fantastic. He can still hold the notes the same way he used to, like good songwriting, and like that new Megadeth. I'm not like a huge Megadeth fan, but like the new Megadeth is one of the best things they've done in a while, in my opinion.
That's what I keep hearing. I've heard it's really good. I've heard a couple songs off of it, and it's the musicianship is very like intricate and really tight.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm
And
like, damn, man.
Dave's vocals are good. Like he's actually sounding good.
Yeah, it does. It's more of he's singing in a lower register, but I kind of like it better. Honestly.
Me too. Yeah, I liked it as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm into Soil Work. They released a new record that I really really love. I like a lot of Scandinavian music, honestly, but gosh, of course I draw a blank when I get to the question, but I'd have to go to my records. Gosh, King's X just put a new record out that's just great. Oh man,
they
it's
did?
just
I didn't know that.
and it's so different. It's really really good, and it just goes all. It's almost like they're embracing their Beatles even more now. You know, like the vocals are probably my favorite part about it. Yeah, it's super good. Then I've been listening to a lot of John Coltrane lately. Giant Steps. You know, I bought that here recently on vinyl, and I've listened to it quite a bit.
Nice.
Gosh, what else? Genesis. Been listening to a lot of Genesis lately.
Mhm.
I think
Not
a lot. I think we were all listening to Genesis when we were recording this new record. I think it came through a little bit.
Definitely.
Travis has been going on about the new Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah, the new Maiden's cool.
So I have mixed feelings about the new Maiden. I like the music was solid, but the mixing was really strange in my opinion, because Bruce Dickinson's voice has always been a centerpiece of Maiden. He's always been like one of the draw cards of the band, like that, and the riffs obviously, but they really like drown him out in the mix.
Yeah, it is more of a I never thought that, but now that you say it, I can totally see that. What I like about it is I kind of thought that they got a rut for like 3 albums, and you could kind of almost listen. Oh, this is going to come next, Oh, he's going to take a solo here, and all that stuff. And I kind of like this album because it broke that formula a little bit.
Right.
There's actually moments in the album where if you like just listen to that 30 seconds without hearing anything around it, you wouldn't say that's Iron Maiden, and that's rare. Iron Maiden's so distinctive sounding, you can rarely say that about Maiden, especially in the last like 10 or 15 years. So I was kind of glad that it just sounded different than what it sounded, and it's Adrian Smith wrote a lot of it. It seems like when they get in a rut, they call on Adrian Smith. And
you're right. It's songwriting wise, it's a fantastic album. I just found that the way it sounded a little strange, but my theory on that is that he might be getting a bit older and maybe he can't hold the notes as well, so they're kind of hiding that fact.
That might be it too, because and plus he's had throat cancer too.
Right,
he's recovered from that. I saw them live about 3 weeks ago, and it was still fantastic. But yeah, he wasn't holding the notes as long, but he still sounded really good. But you could tell he's getting up there in years. But it was a great show. My son's an Iron Maiden freak. He's 12,
nice,
and he liked him since he's 4. And it's all because he was getting into science fiction, and he saw the cover to Somewhere in Time, and that's what piqued his interest about it. He loved the Cyborg Eddie. So that he finally got to see them that night, and man, that was the most fun part about it, because I've seen Maiden before. Was seeing my son just freak out seeing his favorite band.
That's awesome.
That is really cool when you get to take your kids to a show, and then like half the fun is watching them like absorb it for the first time, and you're like, absolutely. Yeah, I remember that. I remember having that feeling, and so it's like just one of those unforgettable moments that you just can't get back, and so yeah, it's kind of not saying you're reliving your first concert through them vicariously or whatever, but almost in a way, I guess. But I don't know. I like when I took Zach to see his first concert, I got the same kind of feeling.
Yeah. We went to the movies the other day and brought the kids, and it was I think like my oldest second time going to a movie and my youngest first time. And it was a bit of a shit show, and I'm glad there was only like probably 10 other people in there, because like, oh my God. They're like, my youngest is like, we gave him rules, right? We're like, you can't be loud. You can't talk. Like, we're going to sit and watch. And, we're watching, singing, dancing movie, and they get up and they're standing in the aisle, like just like dancing and this and that, like to the thing. And then there's like the serious part of the movie. And like my oldest is like, can we go? And he's like saying it super loud. And we're just like, dude, shh. Like, oh my God, like stop. No, like we can't just go. And then he had to go to the bathroom like twice during the movie. Then my youngest would like get up and like run down the aisles and then count all the chairs and be like 1, 2, and we're just like, stop. You gotta
my God.
So it was just like everything was like just going wrong for this movie, but it was pretty cute, because then like there was like the moments where like like there's like the sad song coming on and this and that, and I see like my oldest like getting teary, and like I'm just like, yes, he has feelings.
Yes,
You know, like,
exactly.
it's so funny.
That is funny.
What was the movie?
Lyle Crocodile.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about a singing crocodile, and
And that was one you wanted to see, right?
yeah, it was totally me. I was like, they're usually used to watching cartoons and stuff like that, and this was like all people. So I think it was like, I don't know. It was a bit boring for him at a couple moments where he was just like literally like, can we literally leave? Like, I'm done with this. And they're like, dude, there's like 20 minutes left of the movie. Like, shut up. So funny.
Brent, I just noticed we're coming up towards the hour mark. I know you have a bunch of questions you always want to go over, so I'll let you take over for a while.
Well, obviously, we were talking about some likewise bands. I think. Did you guys listen to Cloud Rat Threshold yet?
I've not heard that.
No.
Oh, you guys! I think you'd dig it. It's really good. Just chopping some wood to it. I put your sneak peek album on, and then started chopping wood. And then when that was done, I listened to this one, and I was just like, "Woo!" It was good.
Interesting.
Cloud Rat. Nice. That's a cool name.
That is a cool name.
Yeah, I think you'd check it. Yeah, I think you'd dig it. But being in Missouri, what's your favorite barbecue?
Oh shit! You got to be careful.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, oh,
To tell you the truth, I haven't had the big ones in Kansas City, any of them, so I can't make a claim on that. Here in town, we got a good place called Woody's Smokehouse. I eat there a lot.
Nice.
Really good. I get the pulled pork nachos a lot.
Hell yeah.
Seems like everybody does it a little different, you know.
Yeah.
Or different regions of the country do it a little different.
right.
Yeah.
You should really
some are
get
sweeter.
trucks around here.
Yeah. Kansas. Yeah. Isn't Kansas City more sweet?
Yeah, Kansas City
Yeah.
does seem like it is more sweet.
It is more
And
sweet.
then,
It's more smoky the more south you get.
right, that's got like the peppers in it, like black pepper.
Yeah. Yeah, Kansas City has gates.
Yeah.
It seems like around here it's more like a dry rub, or it's like they just rely on the meat and the smoke,
Yeah.
and it's not a
I
lot
know,
of
like,
sauce.
burn ends is a big thing that always like sticks out of me.
Oh man,
Yeah. Man,
I like pulled pork. I like pulled pork with the burn ends.
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah,
that'd be dangerous.
Like kind of crispy-ish, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Not too crispy, like you're eating fucking glass or something, but
Right.
You don't want to get splinters in your cheeks.
right. Like, oh my god, who put this fucking toothpick in here?
Yeah.
I forgot to pull the toothpick out of the bun.
I used to work at a barbecue pizza restaurant, and we did burn ends on a pizza, like barbecue, and like, it was good. We did that.
Oh,
and then
barbecue
we did
pizza is awesome.
Yeah, it was good. We did one with pulled pork on it. We did another one with the burn ends and then brisket. But the owners were like in love with like barbecue sauce, Kansas City style barbecue sauce, and
Nice.
they go all nuts around here for it.
We had some barbecue in Florida. Remember Richie at that Metal Fest in Florida?
Yeah.
It was sweet, but it was really good. It was just a little bit sweet.
Yeah, it was like I was surprised how sweet it was. Maybe that's where the Caribbean influence or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I never even thought of it.
I was in Costa Rica start of last month, and I tried something called chicharrones. Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah.
I eat those all the time.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yep.
I used to just make them.
But like, it's a different style down there to the ones I've normally had. Like they make them a little different. Because I've always had like the Mexican style chicharrones, but like these ones,
crunchy.
like, what was that? Sorry.
They're like the crunchy ones. Did you get the street, like the ones where they made them right there? They boiled them or deep fried them for you right there.
I had them from like little mom and pop shops a couple of times. I never had them on the street, but it was like, so basically they cut it's pork belly cut into cubes. and then they
Right.
coat it in spices. It's like smoked paprika, cumin, and chili powder, and then they fry it with that on top.
Oh, whoa.
And then it goes like really crispy, almost like jerky, and it's friggin' awesome.
That sounds amazing.
It does.
Yeah. So yeah, it's different, but I like their version a lot.
We used to
Yeah.
just fry the skin and then kind of put it in like chop it up and put it on top of macaroni and cheese.
That's good.
Damn. Hell yeah.
That sounds good too.
Yeah, we used to do little things like that. That was really good. Boom. Well, then, what about is Budweiser better in Missouri than the rest of the country?
I have no idea.
Yeah, we don't.
Budweiser, period.
Yeah, we're not really Budweiser drinkers here. It's weird. Like, it's like, it gives me a headache.
Yeah, it's like
I think
every other
everybody else
kind
does
of beer,
the
but they charge more like it's a better beer. But it's just, I'd rather drink Milwaukee's Best or Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Miller High
Oh, yeah,
Life.
PBR all the way. Yeah, I go
I'd rather
PBR
drink
over Bud Light
PBR
any
over
day.
Budweiser. Yeah,
Milwaukee's Best is pretty good.
Yeah,
I'd rather drink. Personally, I'd rather just drink Coors. I like Coors.
Yeah,
Damn, that's got a wang.
Coors is my favorite of the
Coors
best
Banquet.
company.
Yeah.
That's the banquet beer, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea
Yeah.
what that means. But I like that. So
I don't either.
Coors Banquet. That's the one. If you're gonna drink Coors, it's the little brown stubby bottle.
Yep.
Plus, that was the beer from Smokey and the Bandit, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude. Those guys were smoking cigarettes, chewing tobacco, and fucking speeding.
Running Coors. They had Coors on the side of Mississippi.
But they really have that.
Brandon, what was that beer we had in Maryland?
They head for the mountain.
The Bohemian.
Man, that was good.
Yeah, that was like a smooth, just crisp lager. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Pilsner, wasn't it? Or was it a lager?
Well, Pilsners are lagers. It's I think it was just a plain lager.
Okay. Yeah, that was an excellent.
It could be a Pilsner though. You know what? I think it is a Pilsner.
We had when we played Maryland Doomfest, we played in a brewery, and we had beer made in the brewery that had a Maryland Doomfest label on it and everything.
Nice.
And man, that stuff that'd knock you out.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Man, it was pretty stout. It was really good. I think
Missouri does have two good beers though. Mother's in Springfield is really good, and Boulevard in Kansas City is really good.
Kansas City. Yep.
Boulevard. I think they do an IPA that we used to get.
Double wide.
We would get it in Connecticut at the restaurant. Boulevard. That sounds familiar.
Single wide IPA. They've got a lot of them now, though. I've probably lost track of them. The cool thing about Boulevard is they've went through every phase I've had of beer drinking. Like they've got something for everyone.
Right.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah. I remember. Oh man,
but I don't drink them anymore. But now I've moved on. But I like their other stuff too.
That's good. That's definitely good. Yeah, they do good shit. And then what else is there? I'm trying to think.
Some of the best beer I've ever had is when we played this place called Division Brewery, and it's in Arlington, Texas.
Yeah, dude.
Holy crap, dude! Like they had these stouts there, and I had one that was like called Whoppers, and dude, it tasted just like eating Whoppers, man. Oh my god!
Dude,
I remember the drummer the drummer that was with us. That's what he was saying. Like Burger King Whoppers. I'm like, no, like Whoppers the candy, man.
Yeah, it tastes like malt chocolate. Like, yeah.
Dude, it was amazing. Oh my gosh! And plus, the band's got the drink free, and so I was like, oh, these are like $10 beers, man. It was nuts.
Yeah, usually when you're drinking free, you're like drinking the runoff from when they got a little bucket down on the floor that you're getting the runoff of what they're charging people for. But this is
right, Like when we played Birmingham.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, that made all of us sick of drinking that beer.
The aches and rye.
Oh yeah, I didn't drink it.
Yeah, we all, me, Travis, and Luke had a pitcher, and then we played, and I was like, I couldn't even sing the last half of the set because I felt like I was going to throw up.
I can't remember. That sucks. We went to there was like America's like first saloon, and like they were famous for having Edgar Allan Poe had his last drink there or something like that, and
Yeah.
Whoa.
that was pretty cool.
It was called The Horse You Came In On, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, and the horse you came in on.
Yeah, and The Horse You Came In On. That's it.
Yep.
Wow. That's awesome.
It was just a saloon, you know, and like their bar stools were all horse saddles.
Nice.
So you had to like giddy on up to sit at the bar.
Everybody comes out of their bow legging.
I'll sit on the saddle hole.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Mike likes saddles.
I like rubber saddles.
He likes rubber rodeo.
Oh shit. Do you guys have a bunch of tornadoes in your area?
We have a history of them, but it's been a
have.
pretty couple of years.
Yeah, we haven't had any for a little while now. I mean, 2011 was the big one, but yeah, I lost my house in that one.
Damn, really?
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, it was horrible. And, like, it was probably about 1.5 miles wide. You can still see where, like, driving through the middle of town. There's still no trees. All the construction's brand new, and so yeah, you can still tell.
Wow.
Yeah, it did like billions of dollars of damage.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. We had just finished band practice that day, and our drummer Larry, he was like, "Hey, I need to go home early," and so if he wouldn't have went home early, we probably would have been practicing and not heard it initially, and been out in the. We were practicing in my detached garage at the time, and yeah, I just fucked that thing up. So yeah, it wouldn't have been good.
Were you you guys have to like basically evacuate where you were?
Oh, we just had to huddle in the bathtub. I mean, and I had my wife had just had twins, and they were 6 weeks old, and so it was like I got 4 kids, so it was like all 6 of us in this bathtub, and you could hear like doors slamming and just windows just going pop, 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 and you could hear this glass just kind of shooting into the wall. Yeah, it was fucking terrifying, to be honest. But
yeah,
I mean, to be totally honest, I was like, I wonder what this is going to feel like, because I just thought I was dead. I was a goner. But we lived in an older house, and that part of the house was partially underground, and so I think that's what saved us.
Yeah,
wow. That's crazy.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, it was pretty nuts. It killed about 160 people.
Jeez.
Wow. Did insurance cover it all, or?
Yeah. If you had a decent insurance company, but there was insurance fraud was running rampant around that time too, though. Like if you weren't with like a somewhat big company, like my insurance company even tried to screw me over on my possessions and stuff, and I had to really fight with them about it.
You didn't have that. It wasn't really.
You could just.
That.
Yeah, you could. Exactly. Like, or you could just wash that. Or I mean, seriously, the adjuster was telling me these things. I'm like, dude, get fucked. Like I'm literally standing in the middle of a fucking heap of rubble, and you're telling me to. You know what I mean? It was. Yeah. I just wanted to punch the guy in the face, but
like, there's a picture of me with this particular like thing here. Like, come on, like, it's obviously like. And there's its wheel over there, Like,
right? Yeah.
Come on, dude.
It was so ridiculous, but Yeah, but it was pretty wild, man. That was I've been in a couple, but that one was obviously the worst. That was another one I was in when I lived in Kansas, and we had a little bit of roof damage, but and you could hear it, but it wasn't like. I mean, I was fucking just freaked the fuck out. I was going into Catholic school at the time, and so I had my rosary and I was saying my Hail Marys and shit. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Another reason. I think that even scared me even more. Like that's why I was like, "Oh, religion's weird." I think that kind of cemented it.
Dang. What's your guys' favorite city to play in? Like your favorite like spot that you want to go back to?
I like anytime we've been to Wisconsin. Those are always good. Not really particular
Wisconsin.
City, but
Yeah, I have to agree with Wisconsin. Wisconsin, man, they know how to party, man.
Yeah.
They get down. They bring it.
Always like certain clubs, like how they have things set up. Like where's the place we played at where it's like everything was perfect? Like
Brass Mug in Florida.
In the back. Where was that?
The Brass Mug in Tampa, Florida. That place was
that place was set up really awesome. But where's the other place that we liked? Was that Akron?
Oh yeah, Akron, the Empire Club.
Even the merch area had hangers for all the places to put T-shirts. We're walking around going, man, is the owner a musician? They're like, no, but they said all the bands say that, and we're like, because this place is set up, man.
That's cool.
It's like it's weird. It's like they totally understand.
There's like these huge shelves in the back, like industrial sized shelves, and it would say each band name in each section. So you had all these shelving to put all your heads, your guitars, and all this crap. So room backstage. It was really cool.
It was cool.
There's guitar hangers everywhere on the walls.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, the stage had hangers. Yeah, fans on the stage. Yeah. The Brass Mug in Tampa was that way too.
Yeah, they had it set up really good. The green room was awesome. It was like basically side stage. So you're sitting there eating barbecue, watching the band out the window. You're like, this is badass.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And I guess on the flip side of that, what's your where are you never going back?
Upside Down Plaza in Birmingham.
What's that? I don't know.
That was the one where we had to walk downstairs and shit.
Yeah. The one I was bitching about? Like,
yeah.
We had to double park and then push our shit to a plaza.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that place is. Yeah, that's where we all got sick drinking that beer too.
Oh, okay. That was just a bad night all around, I guess.
Yeah.
Giving you like dirty pint glasses.
Right. I don't know, man. It was bad juju or something, man. Yeah.
And then,
go ahead.
No, you're good. Say what you're gonna say.
There was a place in where was that? Somewhere in Tennessee, Clarksville or something. Like it was set up really cool, but the sound man was a bastard, and like there's nobody there. Like they just don't promote, and then they ended up closing down. I wonder why. And I guess they opened back up in a new location here like a few weeks ago. So I'm kind of curious. I think it's called the Warehouse. The Warehouse, I think is what it's called.
I feel like that's kind of like the sound guy over. I don't know this place or at that Pross Beer House. Like Tommy was playing, and his like drummer had like this. There's a robot voice thing going on.
Oh, yeah, it has the harmonizer. Yeah.
That's the devil.
Yeah, it's
He's
like, hey,
like-
Tommy, I've got these waters back here.
Oh, dude, it's so funny. But like, he had to like in the middle of their kind of set, dude. They were like, he had to be like, "Yo, can you fix this?" Because it kept on like picking up like his drum.
Drumbles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, picking it up, and this is like,
Yep.
oh, he's like yelling at him, like, like let's fix this, please. Like, come on. I was like,
Right.
oh, dude, that's rough. That sucks.
Those guys
Yeah, I
always
don't
get
know.
saddled with some mishaps. You know what I mean? Like something always
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, we've played a lot of shows with Tommy, and it always does seem like there's some kind of technical miscues and stuff going on. And sometimes the sound guy knows it's like he's singing through a harmonizer. You don't need any highs. Turn the fucking highs off, man, because it's just it's this really low voice.
Exactly. He's like, you need to turn it down.
It's really down there.
Yeah.
Like,
Tommy, can you have to turn it down?
He's like, hey, Tommy, there's some waters back here if you need it. we're like, boy, the devil's helpful. We're like, wow.
that was dude. We joke about that all the time. Hey, Tommy, there's some waters back here. You want some? It's like he didn't realize the mic was on or something. And man, Mike and I were just like, we could not stop laughing about that. It was hilarious. But there's a place in Houston called Acadia that's really cool. I forgot about them.
Always fun there.
Oh my god, they have like full on like dude, they have like
Yeah.
lights and lasers and fog machines and
Yeah.
they just throw it all at you all at once, man. It's crazy.
It's kind of hard to pick one because like there's different experiences. I like them all, really. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like them
It's
all for
always
different
something
reasons.
You know? Yeah.
Well, of
Right.
course. Which
Some
one
of
had
them
the
have
best
really
food?
good food. You know, you're like, man, that was the best hamburger.
Yeah, it's that food. Right? Yeah. Some places have really good
Maybe
food.
one that hook you up with free food and free drinks.
Right.
Those are good too.
They touch you when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
in the bathroom.
I just wish we could do what we did every weekend.
Yeah, handle that.
Glory hole in there. The glory hole went to the kitchen. You didn't know what you're going to get. Like a rotten tomato on there.
Well,
Oh my god.
Here's some donuts yesterday, buddy.
here's
This is the
a
worst glory hole I've ever been to.
here's a fritter. Let's make your own.
Here's an old
Jesus
hole.
This is just all duct tape. There's no diamonds.
Whoa. Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh,
Here's some hot dog water.
we always take things down a notch whenever we appear. We're like, if you weren't rated R before, you are now.
Right. Yeah, we're children, that's for sure.
That's all we do. Like in the hotels, we don't even turn the fucking TV on. I don't think
Yeah, we just
the TV never comes on. We just sit there and talk about farts and poop. It's black. I guarantee the neighbors of our rooms are like, "I wish those motherfuckers would shut up."
Pantera throws TVs out the window. We tell fart jokes.
Always fart at each other like volleys.
yeah, like ball back and forth. Or Travis is stuck in the middle. Well, sometimes Travis joins in and blocks.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And raise it up.
Oh yeah, and then we'll wake up the next day. Man, you were snoring like it sounded like some alien. And then you were like one time Travis was snoring, I guess, and I had fell asleep, and he was like going and sticking his hands up in the air.
Yeah, I was awake. I was like, "What the fuck?" I thought he was awake. Yeah, he's going. And his like hands are up in the air. I was like, what the And then one time, Richie, like this last time, you snored. I thought Starsky and Hutch was in the fucking parking lot, dude.
It sounded like
It smelled like a car squealing the tires like all over the place. I was like, is that the time? I was like, you better check on our van, man. He's like, that's Richie.
I was so stopped up, man. I knew I was going to snore loud. It's like, damn, here we go.
Oh, that's funny as shit. I don't know. I'm good on the fun stuff.
Good. I got one more question for you guys before we kind of wrap things up. What are some bands from your state that people should check out? Because I honestly have to admit I don't know many bands from Missouri.
Oh, damn.
Missouri isn't.
We've got great bands in Joplin. Sardis is great, and
Eye Creatures,
and Desolate Earth.
Coventry Sacrifice.
There's a good rockabilly band in Joplin called Brutally Frank. They're like a really aggressive. They're kind of like punkabilly. They're a lot more aggressive than normal rockabilly.
There's like a big garage rock scene kicking off here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's some newer bands like Chimeric. They're pretty cool guys.
They're good.
Gosh. Yeah, just that's just Joplin. I mean,
Cheryl Crow is from Missouri.
Oh yeah,
Colas isn't Colas?
They're like I think they're Lawrence.
I think Colesk is
Wasn't that was Anthony's band? Wasn't that?
No, that was Esoteric.
That's Esoteric. Yeah.
Public Assassin is an old OG band from Missouri.
Yeah, old death metal.
What were they called? Sorry.
Public Assassin.
Okay, I haven't heard of them.
And the drummer went on to be in Death and in Ice to Earth, and then he became Howard Stern's sidekick. He's Richard Christie.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah, he's from Springfield, Missouri.
He's from Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah, it's about an hour east.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, Springfield's they got a pretty cool like hardcore scene there. A guy that used to drum for us, his name's Casey. He's in like a bunch of bands. Primitive Rage, Side Eye, and I can't think of. It seemed like there was another one he was in, but all the hardcore kids are pretty. It's a pretty big scene there. I can't say Kansas City. Gosh, I can't think of any Kansas City bands. I'm sure. I mean, I know there are some, but
we need to play there. We need to play Kansas City and Oklahoma City and Tulsa.
Right. Yeah, because those are all like within a couple of hours of us, and they're all really big, towns. So
awesome. Well, that's definitely some bands we have to check out. Before we wrap up, is there anything that you kind of want to say, like bring up, so people should be looking out for, prepared for, like any shows? I mean, obviously the new album's coming. What should people be ready for?
Well, we're kind of taking a break from shows, but right now we're recording some covers, and so we're going to be releasing those kind of sporadically, just on our Bandcamp and some of the streaming sites, and we're also recording, I guess, like a basement recording or whatever you want to call it of the set lists that we're doing with our new drummer Todd, or at least who's playing with us at the moment, and we're just to have material out there until the new record comes out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've recorded a few covers already. We're going to start recording another one tomorrow. So yeah, we're always just trying to keep busy, recording, putting stuff out. And then once the new album comes out spring of next year, then we'll probably be doing a bunch more shows. And after we played Tennessee, there's already bands wanting us to do shows with them. So I'm sure we'll have a busy 2023.
Awesome. Any idea when the album art will be revealed for the new album?
If I had to guess, it would probably be the end of this year.
Cool.
Sometime. That's
nice.
Yeah. I'm hoping anyway. It just sucks having to sit on this stuff. It's like,
Right.
you just want to like get it out there, but it's a process.
Yeah, by the time the record comes out, the new one is already starting to be recorded.
Right, the next record, yeah, we're already starting to put cobble ideas together for it, and like write and stuff.
Hopefully the vinyl crunch slows down by then.
Yeah. Who knows? And Black Doom they're repressing Necro Eclosion.
Oh, nice.
Because I think there's only like 40 copies left or something, and so it's almost sold out. And the new pressing is going to be a totally different color. So yeah, that'll be coming out as well here in a few months, I believe. I think maybe January.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. Always good to have you guys on, and we'll definitely have to get you back on when the new album drops.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Thanks for your time, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was kind of fun just shooting the shit, man.
That's what we do.
We went down to a junior high level there for just a little
Yeah,
bit.
sorry about that.
You know.
It was good. It was well warranted.
Well, thanks to everyone for listening, and tune in next time. We're going to have another guest. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.